Welcome and welcome back to the channel, guys. How are you and how are you feeling? This is new format today. New format. And we are together commentating the Javokhir Scenarios games. Okay. Ganges Grandmasters. They are games. Let's start. The game started with C4. The games are already has just started, and Javokhir Scenarios is playing against linear Dominguez pairs today. And both are higher than 2700 kilo players. And Javokhir started the game with C4. C5, knight F3, knight F6, now knight C3. This opening is well known that a lot of people are telling this opening is just the English opening. Both sides are just playing the same moves, and now linear Dominguez played D5, takes, and now bishop G2. Knight to C7. Linear Dominguez backs his knight to C7. If everything is alright. Let me check out the voice also. Okay, now A3. Let me hide the volume so you can listen this. Great. Okay, for this, now G6. Linear Dominguez just wanted to fink at his bishop and castle this way. Okay, Javokhir played H4. He wanted to strike on this king side. Bishop G4. It's not pin, but it's attack to the knight. Knight, right? Okay. Now Queen B3, we can see here. Always this queen is putting pressure on this B7 pawn and putting pressure on this, F7 pawn. Now Bishop G7 giving this pawn because always he has Rook B8, but Rook B8 knight falls then. Okay. He gives us his pawn. Linear Dominguez gives us his pawn. And now backs his bishop, defends his knight, and now Rook to B8 is coming. So Javokhir backs his queen. Now we have an extra pawn. Queen D1, bishop to E6. Bishop E6, okay. Maybe he has an idea of playing bishop to B3. Like it's gonna be trap for the queen. So Javokhir plays queen A4. Now bishop D7 again. And now again queen D1. Again bishop to E6. Now he makes a mistake. At this point just playing queen to A4 and bishop D7. Then D3 was the better option. But now Javokhir plays D3. After backing his queen, he plays D3 here. Okay, it's also reasonable. Knight D4. Knight takes, pawn takes, and now knight to E4. Bishop to B3. Great move in this position. And now queen D2. Gets out of the threat. Javokhir has 11 minutes. Linear Dominguez has 13 minutes here. Now F5, attacking to the knight. Knight G5. Engine is telling us that this is a mistake. But why this is a mistake? Because black can castle here, but black is not going to castle. Linear Dominguez attacks again to this knight by playing H6 and knight to H3 played by Javokhir Scenarios. Now E5. Linear Dominguez is coming with his pawns at this point. Now castle, and F4. Javokhir attacks, tries to break through this pawn chain. Look at the pawn chain. D, E, F, H, G. Pawns are just striking to the king side. And at this point, Linear Dominguez is thinking, okay, we've come to this point, and let me check out one thing. This one. Okay, everything is working perfect. That's amazing. One second. Where's our another boards? Here it is. Other boards also, you can see the other boards. What happened here? For F5, Linear Dominguez played knight D5. Okay, then queen to E1, Javokhir played. And now the best move at this point is king H7. Even knight E3, putting this knight. The idea was also like this. Why he moved his knight to this D5 square? The idea is to put his knight to more efficient square. E3. Only dark square bishop is just defending the square right now. And the rook b6 is also here. Engine is advising to play rook b6. What is the idea? If f takes e5 and the rook and the first rook e8 and then putting other rook and putting pressure on this queen. The idea is like this. Amazing, guys. What do you say? What do you say? Isn't this amazing? And also other games are going on right now. Vishwanathan Anand is playing against Gukesh D, the world champion. Winston Kamer playing against Arjun Ergaisi. And Polina Shvolova playing Kateria Lagna. And Stavrola Talakido is playing against Sara Kadem. And at the last board, GM Raunak Sadhwani playing against Daniel Dartha. 25 and 2600 level players. Okay, this is our country-made sport. Javokhir is playing with white pieces, and now Linear Dominguez is thinking. Times are almost equal right now. Great. This is the first time we are doing this kind of live stream, so we have just a one viewer. That's amazing. Okay, now I'm here. Now Linear Dominguez is thinking. Engine is advising to play, I think the most powerful move is here, like Rook B6. Because for this, you can play a Rook E8. And if Knight F4 somewhere comes to stop this Rook E6, you can play Bishop takes pawn. Bishop takes E5 and attack to the Knight first. And play Rook to E6 in the next moves. But Linear Dominguez is thinking right now, because he can also jump into this Knight to E6 square. And then Bishop takes, pawn takes. And then what he can do. At this point, we can play Rook C1. First of all, put our Rook to this open file. Because if somewhere pawn falls, this Bishop is so powerful to attack to our Rook. The reason why this is more, I think, powerful move at in this position. And also Linear Dominguez can take this pawn itself. And Knight takes F4 and we can continue playing like this. This pawn is always like really annoying. Look at this Black's Bishop. It's like doing nothing, but it's really powerful in this position. Okay, we're gonna back to the first position here. Okay, Linear Dominguez is thinking that right now. And what we can do, Javokhir, if we've seen that he can't take this pawn, I think, at the first side, because he's, first of all, maybe we're gonna take this Knight, Bishop to. Linear Dominguez jumps into this square. Knight to E3. Bishop takes E3. Now pawn takes E3 played here. I think this pawn is gonna be a problem for us in the future. But Engine is telling us that everything is alright right now. It's just an equal game right now. What we can do, I told you, we can play Rook C1. The idea, just put your Rook to the safe and free vertical. That's a good idea. And also King H2, like getting out of some kind of threats. Yeah, Rook C1, the best move in this position. Javokhir played the Rook C1, amazing. We have a time advantage of 2 minutes right now. Linear Dominguez Paris has almost 8 minutes on his clock and is thinking right now what he can do. He can play like Bishop to F7 at this point also, if you want, or he can take the pawn. The Knight takes F4, or first of all, Rook B6 is also here. Rook B6, again, the idea of playing Rook to E6 in the future. First of all, Rook B6, and if he takes, and he plays first of all Rook E8, and then Rook to E6, putting pressure, defending the pawn, putting pressure to the queen, and this dark square bishop line will be opened and attacks to this B2 pawn always. This kind of threats are in there, so we see what happens. And it's gonna be a big problem. I think it's gonna be now a big problem to handle this pawn, because it's just standing here and it's also like covering up this diagonal, so we have no checks. And also if there's some kind of attacks, we can just get out of the threat and play king to E2. and then there's nothing in there. I told you, pawn takes, then we can take with the knight. These threats are not like that dangerous, not that strong. So, first of all, bishop f7. Just retreat your bishop back. No, he plays bishop to d5. Okay, this is also... Oh, mistake. Javokhir, we take the bishop. Yeah, it looks like not great, but take the bishop, Javokhir. We can play b4 to save the pawn. I think he plays b4. But check, and then after we can play b4. We can play b4, Javokhir. No need to play b4 right now. Maybe we can take the bishop first of all. Then queen takes, and then we can play b4. Always we have this b4 move, so no need to hurry. No need to play this move as fast. Let's play. If b4, then bishop e6, engine is advising, but what if he takes? Then king takes g2. It's better for white. It's better for white. Okay. Javokhir, please think and try to find all the best moves. I know you can do this. I know you can do it. Okay. We are thinking. We take the bishop, queen. F takes e5 first of all. Okay, this was also recommended moves. One of the recommended moves. What happened? I think everything is working, right? But how about my phone? Oh, the connection. The connection problems. 1 second. And now I think everything is working. Now we have a better connection. Let me check out the YouTube. Is this live stream is working? The connection problems. The connection problems. Okay, Javokhir played b4. Linear Dominguez played the rook c8. And at this point, what? Knight f4. Great. We're playing well, and we have an advantage on time. Great. Javokhir, amazing. And now what he can do? Queen f7 or queen d6. Where the queen goes. Or bishop takes first of all. If bishop takes, we are going to be happy to capture with our... No. Wait a second. If he takes... Yeah, we're going to take with f-pawn actually. Oh, no. Wait a second. F-pawn? Yeah, this is also great, but I think rook takes f4 is better option at this point. I think rook takes f4. Just keep this pawn structure here. Rook takes f4. Definitely, yeah. Linear Dominguez knows about this, I think. What he can do? I think he's going to get his queen out of here and defend his pawn. No, queen d6. Okay. This is also the second line. But it's a mistake. Angel is telling us that this is the second line. But after he makes this move, it is telling us that no, it was a mistake. It was a mistake. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I'll try to open the chat. If the connection is okay, I'll be able to open it. I think I should open it. Let's open the chat. I think everything is alright. Just the one viewer, 4 views. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Javokhir is thinking right now. Queen d1, the best move in this position just played, but it's telling us that it's a miss. It's not a miss. It's the best move in this position. There is rook takes c8. Yeah, there's rook takes c8, but bro, just keep the rooks on the board. This is Javokhir style. And if more pieces on the board, Linear Dominguez struggles to win this game. This is amazing, Javokhir, right? First, not to take the c8 rook, because we are not like an engine, we are a human. We're a human being. Okay, how about the other boards? Okay, Wishy Anand has a slight advantage on time and also in position. Winston Kimmer's position is like a draw, like... Okay, first board, the last board has over with a draw. And the fourth board, Paulina Shuvalva has an advantage. Great. Amazing. And now, Linear Dominguez is also like half minute. That's amazing for us. Let me open the chat. Okay, time. Internet connection is like always. We have nothing to say. King to h7, it should be a mistake. Yes. And now we can take, Javokhir. Or d4 first. d4 attack to the bishop, but he takes then. And if he takes, we are gonna take this then. First d4, just giving up the point. No, nobody can do this, I think. Javokhir is not gonna play d4. I think he takes the rook on c8. Sorry. Or plays h5. I think he plays h5 or rook takes. I think rook takes c8 is a solid move. What, like d4 bishop takes? Who gives his pawn for free? I don't understand. I think the rook c8. Yeah, rook c8, and now queen b3. Great, Javokhir. We are playing amazing, and now this is winning for us. This should be winning for us. 2 minutes on his clock, and we have 7 minutes in our clock. King g8 is better option in this position to stop this queen to f7. Oh my goodness. Or queen f6. Oh, whoa, queen f6 to stop the move. Or king g7 or queen f6. Even rook c7 is better to stop this queen. But what he can do, what you are gonna do, what you are gonna make, which is your move. What is your move? Rook c7. Now king g2. He's playing this move in a short time, and it's a great move in this position. Oh my goodness. Javokhir's calculations are just insane. He's pressuring. Okay. He puts pressure on Linear Dominguez's time right now. Look at that. He has 1.5 minutes against 7 minutes. It should be winning position, but nobody can tell nothing. Because if the position gets opened, it's gonna be easy to play, but we have 1-2 pawns in this file. So rook takes f4. Javokhir, let's go. No need to think about taking with pawns, because we should develop our rook from this way. Rook takes f4. No need to worry about from this kind of checks. Queen e5, another mistake. It should be a mistake. Okay, rook c4. Now rook c4. All for trading rooks. Rook c4. d4, it's a tricky move. No need to play d4. I think rook c4. Rook c4 is a better move in this position, I think. So, okay, 6.5 minutes. No need to rush. Just, okay, rook f3, Javokhir. It's a mistake. Okay. But Linear Dominguez should prove that this is a mistake. He's under minute. Okay, h5. Was the better move in this position? No. b5. Engine is telling us. Or rook f4 again. To play rook c4 with the idea of rook c4. what we are gonna do, or queen a2, just waiting. Just we are waiting right now and defending right now. No, b5. Rook c1. Rook c1, queen f7 check. Let's go queen f7. He blundered this pawn also in the next moves. Let's go. That's over. That's over. Check. King h6. Queen h7 check. Then we can take the pawn. At least we can take this pawn. There's nothing in there. What? Yeah, he's under minute, but let's go, Javokhir. Now you shall find this. Think carefully. You have a lot of time. Queen f7. Queen f7 wins the game. Queen f7. King h6. Just we take the pawn. And we have two pass pawns. Great. Amazing. Amazing. Come on, Javokhir. And now in the next move, we are also putting pressure on this e3 pawn. We want to take another pawn also. And we have a huge dominant position in this game. If you go this way, that's even worse. That's even worse because we take this g6 pawn. The reason why only move is just king to h6, I think. Yeah, king h6. Now we take any defense. Now we take with the pawn. Amazing, Javokhir. Now it's a winning position for us. Now queen f5. Engine is telling us to play queen f5. And just trying to give this kind of checks. Okay. Can he find this? Yeah, he played queen f5. It was the only move. Now queen takes e3. No need to worry about nothing. Queen takes e3. If any kind of checks, we can block with the rook. The pawn is defended. You can take this one. Yeah, let's go. Resign. Linear Dominguez resigns right now, guys. In a few moves, Linear Dominguez resigns. Rook e1. Not the best move. Rook g3. Let's go, Javokhir. We even stop this queen g4 and play rook g3 here. After rook g3, rook g5 is coming first of all, and that's all. That's all. Let's go. No worries. Just rook g3. You even want to play queen f2, but queen f2, then now, bro, just let's go g3, rook g3. No need to worry about nothing. Just rook g3. Okay, you got 4 minutes. You got 4 minutes. Think carefully and play rook g3. What? King f2, rook b1. Okay, this is anyway winning queen d4. We want to play offering a queen trade. This is also the best move. Everything is wins right now, and at this point, we can just put our microphones down and see the beauty of chess. And Javokhir shows us his masterclass right now. Linear Dominguez out of time. Engine is telling us maybe he resigned at this point. And now, in a few seconds, we see the results. Yeah, Javokhir won. Great, amazing. Javokhir defeated Linear Dominguez in this round. Amazing with white pieces in just move 42. Let's see other games. Vishwanathan Anand is also defeating the Gukesh D, the world champion. Let's pay attention to this right now. He can promote to a queen. Let's go. And Gukesh, queen h4. And now it's just bishop takes e6. The game over. Or just queen a3. Or we take the rook. We can take the pawn. All wins. All wins. There's no checks. The pawn is here. Just queen takes a3. If bishop takes, then we can take the pawn. Oh, he takes the pawn. He just sacrifices his queen right now. Vishwanathan Anand. I think Gukesh resigns now. Yeah. Gukesh is going to resign, and we see the result right now. And Javokhir Sindaru's team has 2.5 points. Let's go. Yeah. Vishwanathan Anand won the game against the world champion. And also Winston Keimer against Arjun Ergaisi. This game held in a draw. So, and other two games. Paulina Shuvalva has a winning position against Katerina Lagno. Amazing. The pawn is under attack. He has an extra piece in this game. 2 bishops. He has an extra bishop, an extra pawn. This is +4. And he has 45 seconds. But Katerina Lagno has 5 seconds only. It should be winning again. Attack is to the rook. Maybe we can even take this. Yeah, bishop takes e2. Just bishop takes e2, rook takes e2, and then we can play knight d3. Okay, knight g4 is also the best move. Now, bishop here. Just bishop b3, defending the pawn somewhere. King g3. Bishop d5 and check, and this is fork, and now let's go. Polina Shvalova wins the game against Katerina Lagno. Amazing, amazing stuff. And this game, Stavrola Tsalakido losing this. But this is endgame. Oh, it's a draw. It's a draw now. Look at that. This is like 3 seconds versus 5 seconds. Everything can happen here. Nobody can tell nothing. Nobody can say nothing here. So we wait the result until the end. They are fighting. The girls are fighting right now. 2 IMs. Knight takes. I think now it's gonna be like... Now it will be a draw because the position is just simple right now. Rook e2. In this position, only whites can play for a win because whites has an extra pawn. Defending the pawn, sorry. Rook a1. No, rook b2, even better. Because, oops, the knight is defending. And now... Wait a second. You want to play a4? Ooh. Oh my goodness. Maybe whites can win this, guys. King can come closer. White can win the game now. King c3. King b4. No. Knight is stopping first. King b3. Now he's pushing his pawns. Now f4. Take. Attack to this. King b4. Takes is a draw. Yeah, this is a draw. No, nobody can win this. No. I think Sarah Kadem takes the pawn. Knight d7? a6 just... Bro, why is... King b4. King b5. Oh, that was a winning position, but it's... Both players has like under 5 seconds. And now it's a draw, and now it's a draw. And now it's even winning for black. And now it's a draw. The game is going in seconds. If he sacks his knight to the pawn, I think it's a draw. Yeah, both sides agree for a draw now. Oh, wow. What a game. Yeah, this game is gonna held in a draw. The players will agree for a draw, I think. Yeah, the time, I think, is like running out of time, but they agreed for a draw. And this is a draw in this turn. In this round, Ganges Grandmasters won against Alaskan Knights. Amazing. 3 draws, 3 wins, and it means 4.5 versus 4.5 versus 1.5. 3 point. Amazing, 3 point. Great, Javokhir's team is win. Let me check out one thing. And let me check out the statistics here. Here is the results. Amazing. The connection problems we have. Why connection problems we have?